Welcome back. So today we are going to cover 3 components of the 11 components of fitness. And I'm actually going to leave my video off so you can see my whole screen. First, we're going to start out talking about balance. So the definition for balance is the ability to control the placement of your body's center of gravity in relation to its support base. Balance can be a static or a dynamic type. Static is where you are more standing still if you're just standing upright, or if you're trying to stand on one leg and you're staying in one position. Dynamic is more, it involves fluid motion, so you're moving through different postures, kind of like yoga and meditation sessions. Those involve dynamic types of balance. Maintaining equilibrium while stationary or while moving. So again, while stationary would be static, and then moving would be the dynamic type of balance. Balance is a complex skill that we develop using many senses, including vision, audio, and touch. So much like our other senses that weaken as we age, balance also weakens as we age. Because we use those senses to help us balance, once those start to become weaker, our balance then becomes affected by that. So core strength is an essential part of balance. The more core strength you have, the easier it is for you to maintain balance. And good balance is key to not just excel in sports activities, but also to practice the various exercise movements that you want to practice correctly. Since it is required for you to have precise control over your body's position and movement, good balance requires good core strength. How you are going to measure it, you are going to measure it using the STAR balance test, which you will learn more about in future slides. How you could train it if you wanted to focus on balance in your personal fitness plan. You could practice yoga or martial arts. You could stand on balance boards while working on homework, stand on a wobble balance board for at least 30 seconds on each leg. And we are getting some balance equipment in a shipment of new equipment that we ordered this year. So you're going to be able to practice some of these using that equipment if you choose to. And then some sport and exercise examples: running, walking, climbing stairs, yoga, and martial arts are examples of sports and exercise examples, but we do use balance every day. You just don't think about it. When you're walking in a straight line or when you're running, you're using balance to help you stay upright. The next component of fitness I'd like to talk about is coordination. So the definition for coordination is the ability to minimize transition time from one movement pattern to another. Good coordination is about being able to smoothly execute skills by combining multiple movement patterns into one single fluid movement. A good example of coordination is this gentleman over here on the right who is swinging and trying to hit the ball. He is taking multiple movement patterns and putting them into one single fluid motion as he tries to strike the baseball. Coordination is classified as both a fine and gross motor skill. Fine motor skills are skills that require a high degree of control and precision in small muscles of the hands, such as when you're using a fork or a spoon, or if you are putting Legos together, if you're doing anything that is very precise, computer technology, if you are a mechanic and you are doing different things in a car, or an electrician who might be rewiring something. Those are examples of fine motor skills. Gross motor skills are skills that use the large muscles in the body. These include a broader movement such as walking, jumping, and running. How we are going to measure it, so you're going to measure it through 2 tests. One is the ball wall toss, where someone stands behind you and tosses the ball and then you try to catch it. And then the other one is, that was the wrong test. You're going to use the hand wall toss. So in this test, you're going to underhand throw the ball at the wall for up to a minute. And then during that time, you have to count how many times you can successfully catch the ball after it bounces off the wall. If you wanted to train this in your personal fitness plan, you could incorporate activities that enhance your hand-eye coordination. You could also choose activities that are sport specific. So if you wanted to focus on football and you wanted to focus on your hand-eye coordination for catching the football, you could include that. For baseball, if you are the catcher and you wanted to work on your hand-eye coordination, you could do that as well. Some sports and exercises that use coordination: yoga, martial arts, throwing, catching, and dribbling. And then the last component of fitness that you are going to test today is flexibility. So the definition of flexibility is the ability to maximize the range of motion at any given joint. Flexibility helps to prevent muscular imbalance and allows you to move around with ease. It also helps reduce risk of injury. It is important during passive movements and where joints are grouped together. And good flexibility gives you a good range of motion. This allows you to assume natural positions more easily, and it helps you maintain good posture so you're not slouching when you're sitting. As we age, our joints tend to stiffen, which then prevents us from doing everyday tasks easily. So training to have good flexibility can prevent joint-related issues later in life. So balance and flexibility are components of fitness that tend to diminish with age naturally. So it's always a good idea to include these components of fitness when you are creating a personalized fitness plan. Consistently training and stretching helps improve the body's flexibility over time. So if you find that you can stretch better on your right side than your left side, then maybe you want to focus a little bit more on your right side than your left side, because by doing that, you will improve over time. How we are going to measure it: you are going to perform the sit and reach test, which on the next couple slides, it will show you how to do that from home. How you can train it if you wanted to include this in your personal fitness plan is by incorporating yoga, Pilates, or static stretching exercises, which we will cover in the future. Static stretching is basically holding a stretch for 30 to 60 seconds, and then dynamic stretching is holding a stretch for a few seconds and repeating for multiple reps. A good sport example that uses a lot of flexibility is yoga. All right, so at this time, go ahead and head back to your HyperDoc so you can see which activities you need to do next.